Hello there guys and girls, this is Brush Prince with another Total War Tournament match. This time it's not an Attila one, it is a Rome 2 one. So back to Rome 2 we go. At least for a bit, so it's gonna be interesting. So I haven't seen any Rome 2 games in a while, nor played the game myself. But again, this is the Blue Tournament final, which is exactly why I'm casting this match. It's a best of 5 between uldaCZ and Trollyboli. So we have, of course, whoever goes up 3-0. Whoever wins 3 games is essentially the victor here. But first game we have uldaCZ playing as uldaCZ, Trollyboli, in command of Nervi. So again, I'm just gonna refer to them by factions, because of course. Otherwise, I would get extremely confused. But anyway, here we go. I'm gonna go over the build of the Nervi. Up front, 2 Mighty Horse. For the rest of the forces, wow, these flags are huge. Rome 2. I can clearly see units, but it just feels weird playing Rome 2 now after Attila. Very, very strange. Anyway, the rest of the forces, well, we basically just have those 2 Mighty Horse, that's the cavalry. Then up front we have some Levy Freemen, 3, 4, 5, 6 Levy Freemen. Have a Celtic Slinger, and for the sword contingent, let's see, an Oath Sword Strategist General. Oh yeah, it reminds me of things. Then we see 4 other Oath Swords. We also have 2 Fierce Swords on the field, so very, very strong infantry contingent. Oh, make that 3 Fierce Swords. Yeah, with the 5 Oath Sword, that's strong infantry contingent for the Nervi. So we'll see if that is actually going to work. Just going to fast forward things. As you can see, nothing important going on. Wow, this interface is kind of weird for me. This map is I don't know, I kind of miss Rome 2 in a way, but in other ways I don't miss it. Of course, I still prefer Attila a lot over Rome 2, the way Attila plays. I think it's much better. Over here we can see the Mighty Horse running around. Some water over here. Finally, looks like the Gede are coming out of the woods. It's taking them a while. I mean, you can see this is one of the problems with maps in Rome 2 and also in Attila, because you can camp the forest since there's like no key buildings on the map you have to go for. So essentially, being the attacker does not really grant you much in this game. See the water over here, still fast forwarding because, as you can see, I can't show anything. I cannot show anything. Yeah, both players are on one side of the river. This is fairly obvious. I like how the color of the water changes and more trees appear and disappear as I come closer. This is very odd. You see, look over here. Look over here. You see how the trees appear? That is so weird, and it boggles my mind. Like, it's very, and also with the way trees pop in and pop out, you see how they become lighter and then darker. The more you scroll around, it's really just killing me the way it is. Like, once you notice it, it never goes away. It becomes annoying. So yeah, looks like there's an engagement over here. Actually, the Spear Horse got into Levy Freeman. Lots of kills on the Levy Freeman. Now they're pulling out though, but by pulling out, they're just going to lose 15 men and only killing 34 Levy Freemen. Definitely very bad trade for the Gete. Another charge. This time into the Fierce Swords. It's going to do some damage, and as you can see, some kills. But a whole unit is just going to die. Just look at it. It's just only got 8 kills. This is the difference between Rome 2 Cav and Attila Cav. Charging in frontally against these units is not going to do much, whereas in Attila it would destroy them if they're not braced. And that's what I like about Attila, to be fair. So yeah, these Spear Horsemen actually got some kills, but it's mostly against Levy Freeman, so those are very cheap units. So right now, Getty's used up like what, at least 2 Spear Horsemen for nothing. I don't actually see the build of Getty though. We do see some Noble Swords, which is fairly obvious, like 5 of them, with the Strategist General, then some Dacian Bowmen, some Spear Warriors, some String Axe Warriors, normal stuff as Getty. But really, this matchup is not good for Getty. It's in favor of Nervy, I would say. So, yeah, the Nervy General is actually a bit behind. We do see Shield Wall popped on these Fierce Swords. They're going to tank against the Noble Swords for a little bit longer. And actually, the Mighty Horse get into these Dacian Bowmen, but they get shot to pieces by lots of Javelins. And disengagement over here not going well for the Nervy, actually. They're definitely going to lose here. But the engagement in the middle and on this flank should actually go fairly well for the Nervy. Even have a Levy Freeman unit here in support. I can't see whether it has ammo or not to throw Javelins at this Spear Horseman, though. Ooh, Mighty Horse dying for 1 Dacian Bowman, that's not really worth it, to be fair. It's not fully dead yet, though, but this Dacian Bowman will also come back. We see Mighty Horse actually trying to go for the Spear Horseman with Levy Freeman support, so that's a good move by the Nervy here. The Spear Horseman is going to die with 2 units against it, for sure, I think. Even the Celtic Slingers firing upon the Noble Swords, they're going to do massive damage. Not firing from the best angle, though. In fact, he's firing at the right side of his own units and at the left side of the Noble Sword, so that's not too effective for him, but still, killing the general at all cost is very important. At any cost, rather. These Mighty Horse still around trying to get kills, and yeah, these guys have pretty much been wasted. Levy Freeman going to engage here and support. As you can see here, friendly fire from the Dacian Bowman might actually kill the Noble Sword General quicker. So yeah, that's... should have targeted other units. Like maybe that Oathsworn, but now it's General versus General, and clearly the Nervy General is going to end up winning this one. Levy Freeman actually routing off the field, so that is not good for Getty at all. And now you can see the Nervy going around with Mighty Horse. The melee engagement still going on over here. You can see the Mercenary Axe Warriors duking it out against Fierce Swords. Cav charge makes it straight into the Dacian Bowman. It is massively important. These Levy Freemen here are actually holding back the Spear Warriors. More Levy Freemen going into support. I guess they actually want to just throw their Javelins at these Noble Swords. They do. Wow, look at the kills! They got so many kills on an Oathsworn unit with Javelins. It is insane. Yeah, still not looking good for Getty at all. I mean, the Noble Swords are outmatched by the Oathsworns, and not only that, but the Oathsworns, I mean, Nervy have cavalry that I would rate higher than Getty's. I mean, they don't have Bowcav though, but still. And other than Oathsworns, they still have Fierce Swords. So I really do prefer the way... I mean, I really do prefer Nervy's chances, and I'm not sure if Getty has Levy Freeman. I don't actually remember, but that would be interesting to note. And yeah, that is game 1. Apparently they don't have Levy Freeman, which is why Spear Warriors were brought, I guess. Because if there were Levy Freeman, you'd certainly bring a few of those. Yeah, that is game 1, so currently 1-0 for Trollyboli. Mighty Horse doing damage. And the Oathsworns wrecking stuff. That's basically how it happened. Even Levy Freeman doing very well. Flanking and killing stuff. And against the cavalry too. But yeah, that's game 1. See you in game 2. So this is game 2 on Eborakon. uldaCZ is in command of Iceni, and we have Trollyboli in control of... Trollyboli is in control of... RDA. So we'll see. Yeah, sorry about that, I was just chatting on Steam. This map is interesting, as you can see, this huge hill over here. Which, I guess they might actually fight for, but yeah, I'm going to go over the build of RDI, which again is brought by Trollyboli, who's up 1-0 in the series. Very interesting that he decided to go RDI against Iceni. It might actually work well for him. We'll see about his build though. So, he has Illyrian Noble Hoplite, Strategist General. He has some Mercenary Tarantine Cav, 3 of those. Very interesting. Some Slave Javelin Men on the field as well. I wonder how many. It looks like it's just 1 unit. Then we see some Axis, or no, Celtic Warriors actually. 3 Celtic Warriors, okay. No, 4 Celtic Warriors. Then 2 Axe Warriors on the left flank, 1 on the right flank. We still see Illyrian Noble Hoplites as well. How many? 2, 3, 4, and some standard Illyrian Hoplites as well. I mean, regular ones. I believe 2. So already engagement happening. This isn't good for RDI because losing the Tarantine Cavalry is massive. Anyway, for Iceni we have some veteran riders. 1, 2, 3, 4 veteran riders. Main contingent is composed of Heroic Noble Strategist General. We see some skirmishes as well. 4 Briton Slingers. Up front, 3 Levy Freemen. And let's see the sword contingent. So, 1, 2... 3 Chosen Sword Band, and I guess some Heroic Nobles, right? 1. This is a Heroic... No. 1, 2... 2 Heroic Nobles? Okay, so this army is a bit small. He definitely has 8 swords, so yeah. Wow, this is a long replay. 25 minutes, really? This is crazy. Let's just going to fast forward it a bit. This is way too long. Way too long. I guess we'll just have skirmishing to begin things with. Oh, we also have Slave Slinger for RDI. I did not mention that. How is this going to take 24 minutes? Because it looks like they're just going to engage here. I don't understand. 24 minutes from what? Okay, it looks like the engagement is actually going to happen. Iceni are fighting slightly uphill, I think. So this is good for the RDI. Celtics against Chosens though. So definitely Chosens will win here. This is not really a contest. The Chosen Swordband are losing men. But the Celtic Warriors are losing much quicker. However, with the Illyrian Noble Hoplite support, I mean, these Chosens will start dying. So that is something important to keep in mind. Of course, the Heroic Nobles are trying to flank around the main forces of RDI. These Chosen Swordband being engaged and still cleaning up those Celtic Warriors. But with the Illyrian Noble Hoplite support, that might change things. See, Heroic Nobles here not getting the charge off onto the Illyrian Noble Hoplites. This is not good. They do get their jabs off at least, but the charge was not there. And again, as you can see now, these Chosen Swordband are cleaning up the Celtics. They have a problem. But there's a bunch of Heroic Nobles still left for Iceni, I think, which could go in after the Chosens exhaust the troops of RDA, which is pretty nice for him. And these Heroic Nobles are fighting here and still destroying the Illyrian Noble Hoplites, of course. Cavalry charges, getting into the Tarantine Cavalry, and now some Levy Freeman support is going to go well for Iceni here. Even the center, look, his Chosen Swordband are going to break the Celtic Warriors. But actually, right now, the thing is the Celtic Warriors are surviving because of Illyrian Noble Hoplite support. And now these veteran riders are getting chased off the field. Oh no, these veteran riders are chasing Tarantine Cav off the field, so that's good for them. Still more veteran riders alive. They're trying to do their best. But now disengaging from Axe Warriors, they're losing a ton of men. Some Briton Slingers still on the field. We need to try to get the Slave Slingers, I think. That would be a good idea. Chosen Swordband, though, starting to waver in route, so these guys they needed more support, I think. Yeah, surely they did exhaust these troops, but I wonder if it's actually enough. Here come the Heroic Nobles. They're gonna get in there. These heroic nobles crushing mercenary axe warriors. He's still fighting uphill though over here. So, I mean, he's fighting so uphill against RDA, it's crazy. But he's going to end up losing his general to the Silurian Noble Hoplite. It's crazy. Now he's gonna stop this axe warrior with a Levy Freeman and then support with veteran riders. Still Britain slingers on the field. He needs to start targeting the slave slingers, because otherwise he'd lose his slingers to slave slingers. That would be weird. Chosen Swordband here, going to die to the Illyrian Noble Hoplites, but I feel like we may not have enough left for Iceni at this point. The general is starting to die to the Illyrian general of RDI. Veteran riders here engaging noble hoplites. This is not a good engagement for them. But a hoplite phalanx here is fairly weird. As you can see, it's facing the wrong way. Hoplite phalanx over here is being fairly effective though. But again, they're fighting heroic nobles, so there's not much those RDA troops can do. Still though, broke through here, and if the Iceni general dies, since it's a barbarian army, it could be in huge trouble. Axe warriors cleaning up the Levy Freeman. These heroic nobles here, sure, one-on-one, they would beat these Illyrian hoplites, but with support from slave javelin men and the axe warriors, they are not going to do that well, I think, anymore. Slave javelin men might be out of ammo, so they're coming up really close. And as you can see here, the Iceni general is wavering and will be off the field soon because of all these infantry charges. So I don't know why it's gonna take 20 more minutes, but okay. So Levy Freeman here engaging these Illyrian hoplites. Clearly Levy Freeman are going to end up losing this engagement. So the heroic nobles are doing very well here. They're killing the Illyrian noble hoplites, killing these guys too. Not sure why the slingers are focusing these units. It's the wrong targets. Veteran riders should clean up these Tarentine cavalry, no problem. But now they're gonna go straight. They might go straight into these axe warriors and die though. So that looks like it's going to be the case. So right now, Illyrian hoplites breaking through, and yeah, slingers are trying to shoot at them, but these are hoplites. They have 105 armor and decent shield, so have to be careful about them. Of course, the Illyrian hoplites here will die. And yeah, he's targeting the unit that's chasing him. That is good, the Iceni player. These veteran riders though, yeah, they've killed off the Tarentine cavalry, but now they will die in melee to mercenary axe warriors. There is no question about that. And he is losing the melee engagement over here as his heroic noble will be off the field. But it's fought very valiantly though. It's basically killed... well, it's actually killed a lot of men. But the thing is, it's not cost effective. It didn't need what he needed it to do. I mean, they didn't do what he needed it to do. And the thing about RDA though is that it can bring... Since in this tournament you can only bring like... I think it's max 8 of the same unit type, so you can only bring like 8 swords. The fact that RDA has okay-ish swords and then really good hoplites might be very nice, which could allow RDA to win some games, which as you can see, it's looking very probable right now. But yeah, heroic nobles here destroyed the Silurian hoplites, still some veteran riders on the field, some Britain slingers, but at this point there are so many RDA troops, all these Illyrian noble hoplites. And even more Illyrian hoplites that I don't know if the slingers will be enough. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to fast forward, because I guess this is why it's 17 minutes long. And I don't understand. But yeah, we'll see how it actually goes. So this veteran rider is going to go into the slave slingers, but might rout before. It's just routed right before the slave slingers got killed. That was a mistake by Iceni again. You needed that cav unit. Now I'm not sure why these engagements are happening as they are, because these Britain slingers should be focusing this slave slinger, because there's no way he can allow the slave slinger to live and do damage. But here we go, looks like we're gonna have a small engagement over here. It's really looking good. Or, I mean, yeah, these Britain slingers should be able to beat the slave slingers in melee, but I mean, he's gonna lose another slinger unit, and there's still... And yeah, these Britain slingers can potentially do a lot. The thing about them, though, is that they probably used a lot of ammunition so far. They probably don't have enough ammunition to clean up all these units, so yeah. This is why it's still 14 minutes left, I guess. Let's fast forward. Britain Slinger here is going to end up dying, finally. Slave Slinger off the field. Britain Slinger's actually running away, and they barely get caught, I think. 38 men left. These Axe Warriors are wavering, but now they're not wavering anymore. I guess he'll just try and use all these units to kill this one Britain Slinger. Well, all this entire unit. Now, though, the Heroic Nobles are chasing the Axe Warriors, so he doesn't want to take this engagement. I think the Heroic Nobles need to start running away, because he shouldn't. I mean, he's keeping away the Heroic Noble with just an Axe Warrior, so this is very good for RDA, actually. And of course, Iceni realizes this, and sure, he's gonna keep his unit over here, but it's in close proximity to his other troops. Still fast forwarding, obviously. The Heroic Nobles trying to push forward, but then they're like, okay, let's not do it since the axes are there. But if these Britain Slingers had enough ammo, they could focus the Axe Warriors, because the Axe Warriors don't have as much armor. Granted, though, they won't do as well as the Illyrian Noble Hoplites. If the RDA general dies, it's still going to have an effect on the RDA's troops, despite them having courage and discipline. So yeah, that is one other thing to keep in mind. But do they actually have the abilities I mentioned? Let's see, encourage, but they don't have disciplined. Okay, they don't have disciplined. So yeah, that is something to keep in mind. Axe is actually kiting from the Heroic Nobles, but the Heroic Nobles are so close they might actually catch up to them, but no, they shouldn't. Active against tired, though, it's still a difference between heavy and very heavy melee infantry, so these guys should be able to just about make it in time. But wow, the Heroic Nobles are so far away, they just need to turn around, because at this point... Well, I guess he's just happy about it, because, I mean, there's no way his Britain Slingers will get caught. There are 0 units that can catch it. I really think that Iceni should be sending like a Britain Slinger just to stop this Axe Warrior and then engage it with the Heroic Noble again. But at this point you can see RDI pushing out of the forest here, trying to do damage with these Britain Slingers, but actually gonna be caught in melee. I wonder if they're out of ammo or not. Looks like he's just going to charge these Illyrian Noble Hoplites and not even scratch them, it seems, with those Britain Slingers in melee. And these Illyrian Hoplites over here are gonna get shot by Britain Slingers, but I like how it says confident general dead. Heroic Nobles coming around. Thing about them though is that they are tired, and these units are not so tired. Britain Slingers here clearly getting caught by even slave javelin men, so that's not good for the Britain Slingers at all. They're gonna be in a rough spot, very rough spot for sure. Let's see. As you can see, Britain Slingers just routing off the field, and this is a horrible position for Iceni. I mean, he only has one good melee unit, this Heroic Noble, and other than that, everything else is just skirmishes. As you can see, RDA has just so many Illyrian Noble Hoplites left. This one even with 106 men left. There's no way 52 Heroic Nobles will be able to do enough. And I mean, Iceni doesn't have the general still alive, whereas RDA does. So here come the Axe Warriors going for a charge onto the Britain Slingers. They should gain some morale, but they do rout before they do. So yeah, lucky Britain Slingers. The charge actually killed 0 men. That's pretty insane. That's a good trade for Iceni though, but right now the Heroic Nobles are going to engage these Illyrian Noble Hoplites. Fighting downhill though, so the Heroic Nobles are gonna do fairly well here, but they're just outnumbered so heavily. I mean, RDA is doing this very well, sending in the unit against it that has the most men frontally, and flanking with the units that don't have as many men. Now Britain Slinger is going to engage the Illyrian Noble Hoplites. Of course, the Brilliant Slinger's clearly going to lose this fight. And over here, the Heroic Noble's also going to lose that fight. But oh, look at these guys just dropping on the left flank of the general unit of RDI. But this is just looking horrible for Iceni. As you can see, just one Slinger on the left. Ooh, that animation. Stabby, stabby. I mean, you can clearly see here that Iceni is just... Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad faction, but with these rules, Ardia is very viable. Very viable, I think. At least against the Barbarians. Stats-wise, wow, look at the Illyrian Noble Hoplites. Insanely well done by them. And I mean, the Celtic Warriors didn't do great. But they weakened the Chosen Sword Band, and that was enough. Axes did a similar job. And the Slave Javelin and Slave Slingers, wow, I'm impressed by their performance. As you can see here, Heroic Nobles underperformed a lot. Just look at the general, 60 kills. It's not good for a strategist general, but yeah, that is game. So currently Trollyboli up 2-0 in the series. See you in game 3. So this is the third game and potentially final game of the series. Again on Eboracon. We have uldaCZ in command of Carthage, whereas Trollyboli is playing as the Getae faction. So I'm gonna go over the builds as soon as we get into the game, if I can see them, which is going to be unlikely for me to be able to see both builds without being hindered by something like line of sight. So yeah, time to go over the builds. Let's go into slow motion. So Getae. Noble Swords, Strategist General. How many more Noble Swords do we have? So 2 on the right, 2 on the left. So in total 5 of those, if you can include the General. Let's see, 3 Spear Warriors up front. So that's the entire Spear contingent for Getae, it seems. Then we have some Spear Horsemen as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 Spear Horsemen. Some skirmishes. Again, Dacian Heavy Bowmen. How many of those? It seems just 2, which is not a bad choice at all. Then we have some more axes. 1, 2, 3 Mercenary Axe Warriors. I almost said Hax Warriors, but alright. And now let's just fast forward a little bit so I can see the build of Carthage. So yeah, 3, 4, 4 Carthaginian cap and a Scutari cap. It seems General is in Generals and Bodyguard with Rally. So that is a difference. Do seem to have some late Libyan Hoplites, 3 up front. We have an African Elephant. Very, very interesting choice. I'm gonna put it on play and see the rest of the Carthaginian build. So we have some Samnite Warriors. How many of those? 1. Seems like 3 of them. So 2 on the right, 1 on the left. All 3 on the flanks, basically. Have some Mercenary Noble Fighters. It's actually 2 of those. No, 1 of them in the center over here. Seems supported by 1 Libyan infantry on his right and 1 on his left. And then we still have some swords all the way in the back. It's just 2 Iberian swordsmen. These guys are fairly interesting because I believe what they can do is they can throw. You can order them to throw the javelins, if I'm correct, and target specific units, which is fairly cool. I think that's what they do. But yeah, it's time to find out how this engagement's going to go. Clearly, though, Getae does have a skirmish advantage because I have 0 skirmishes for Carthage. And if these station heavy bowmen get the elephants, it's going to be massive. For sure. Now these Carthaginian cavalry, they can get focused by the archers as well, but Getty has to be careful not to use too much ammo on Carthage's units, because he's still gonna need to kill the elephant. Though if he does kill the elephant, this should be GG in favor of Getty though. Yeah, looks like the engagement should start anytime now. Carthage is moving forward. And now this general bodyguard is moving as well, but he needs to be careful not to get focused by the Dacian heavy bowmen. It could be a massive problem for Carthage. Because again, it's only 30 men in the unit, so that is something to keep in mind. Yes, he is a commander though, with the rally and raise banner. I already mentioned that though, so no new information. Let's fast forward again until they actually decide to engage, because at this point some rear shots though happening, which of course are very important. Carthage is pulling back, so not really much gained by pushing forward, because now he's just gonna go back on top of his hill, because he really wants the hill, I guess. Though if Getty can get a position up here, he would be in a very nice spot, I think. At least. So we'll see. But it's risky, because he may not be able to get on top of the hill before Carthage downhill charges. And already, as you can see, Carthage moving forward. But the thing about Getty though is that he can actually pull back to that position. And we do have an engagement starting over here. Free charge into the front of these axe warriors should do a lot of damage, but as you can see, it's mostly HP damage and not actually killing the units, despite them not being braced. Here you can see spear horsemen getting into the Scutari cavalry and doing massive damage. Carthaginian cavalry is getting wrecked despite the charge. It only got 2 kills and lost 15 men. However, they really lowered the HP of these axe warriors, so now the axe warriors will lose the engagement for sure against Amnites. Well, they would before too, but now it's clear. Like, totally clear. This engagement gonna go well for Carthage. This engagement is also going to go the way of Carthage. Once the spear horseman is off the field, the spear warrior will get wrecked by cavalry charges. Spear horseman here, as you can see, mopped up the Carthaginian cavalry. Now we have a main engagement. Libyan infantry getting charges off. But these noble fighters are engaging. Libyan infantry again charging into these noble swords over here. As you can see though, these I mean, Carthage is just... he's fighting downhill, I think, isn't he? No, actually he's not. Only in some areas, I think. Only in some specific areas. But overall, I'm not sure how the engagement's going for him. Oh, he's getting a nice engagement onto these spear horsemen, though. And over here, you can see Carthaginian cav going to wreck the spear horsemen. But these guys have already done very well against the Carthaginian cav unit already. But as expected, Carthage broke through on this flank. Thing is, I wonder how his center is looking. As you can see, not great, because I think he engaged in the center too quickly, and his elephants are misused here, not doing too much damage. Now they're out of control, so they're gonna kill his own units. And the thing is, right now Carthage's main line is getting wrecked by his own elephants, and noble swords will easily beat Libyan infantry. So I really don't understand why Carthage started this engagement over here, because he was clearly winning on this side. He's still winning, and he still has this Carthaginian cavalry, which he's going to finally use. See, it was not moving for some time, but it's now gonna get shot by Dacian heavy bowmen, even using quick reload. So this unit is just going to fall rapidly to heavy shot of these Dacian heavy bowmen. Iberian swordsmen making it through. They're gonna get some charges off onto the noble swords. This engagement not going well for Carthage. As you can see, spear warriors are extremely good anti-cav units. This is not going well for late Libyan hoplites either. So at this point, Carthage is losing the center massively. He's losing on his right flank, well, except for this engagement over here. Carthaginian Cav engaging Spear Horsemen. That's also going good for Carthage, but a lot of the engagements are actually in Gette's favor, and even here as well, you can see these Iberian swordsmen, they have no chance against noble swords. Noble swords here also pushing forward into the Libyan infantry. There is one engagement though where one noble sword unit is fighting 2 Libyans, and clearly that's no, 1 Libyan and the Samnites, so clearly that's going to go well for the Libyans and the Samnites, since they're doubling the unit, but it's not going to be good enough, I think. Yeah, it's clearly not good enough. So these Spear Horsemen here, again losing to Carthaginian cavalry. General bodyguard going around for Carthage. So you can see here the Iberian swordsmen have no chance against noble swords. Again, late Libyan hoplites, hammer and anvil with the Spear Horsemen. I can do a lot of damage. These guys are actually in red morale, so a couple more charges, maybe even one more, will rout them. It's a really good charge. A quick reload activated on Dacian heavy bowman again, targeting the general of Carthage. This is going to do a lot of damage. Just look at him fall already. So the general is going to go into the main line because he'll take less casualties, but as he gets closer, this is like kind of like suiciding his general into the fight. Now he's going to disengage the general, which means even more damage will get taken as he gets shot in the rear with heavy shot by the Dacian heavy bowman here. And even these other swords are destroying the general. At this point, Samnite warriors on the flanks are moving in for Carthage, and yes, they did great, but I mean, what is there to see other than like all these units of Getae still left on the field? The Samnites here have broken the Axe warriors. That's pretty much obvious that it was going to happen, but yeah, it's just looking horrible for Carthage. I don't think there's nothing he can do at this point to switch it around, I think. So yeah, let's look at these engagements over here. Mercenary Samnite warriors are actually destroying these spear warriors, as expected. But this is probably going to be Carthage's last unit, which is going to stand against all these barbarians. Horses. Not looking well at all. I mean, yeah, look at these Samnites. They're very bloody already. They're getting tired. And I mean, the rest of their army has fallen. So, yes, they have broken through one unit. So they'll be happy for a bit because they're routing the enemy. But once they look around and see what awaits them, they're like, okay, let's run away from the battlefield. There's no way we have this. That's what they did. So yeah, you can see that Trollyboli, he actually got a lot of work done with his noble swords. Even the spear warriors, as you saw on one flank, the spear warriors were essential in getting rid of Carthage's cavalry. Again, look at Carthage's elephant. He really needed that to work, but it didn't. And with the elephant not working, with him using it in the center, which I don't think he should have used the elephant like that in the center. He should have come around from a flank or something, so, because that was not, it was not going to get a great charge, and there were still archers on the field which were able to do very, very well. I mean, look at the archers. They even got rid of Carthage's general, so they were very effective for Trollyboli in this situation as well. Most of his units did well besides the Axes, but well, Axes fighting against all these good units of Carthage, never gonna do well anyway. But yeah, that is the match. So congratulations to Trollyboli for winning Blue Tournament. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.